The Washington Commanders finish their year at home. They get the Cowboys, who now have incentive to finish the year on a 7-1 run.
Prescott with plenty of time, fires, touchdown, caught, leaping grab by Dalton Schultz.
Classic NFC East rivalry. Cowboys beat the Commanders 25-10 back in Week 4. Didn't even have Dak at QB. Washington did have Carson Wentz, though. He was picked twice, rating under 60.
Wentz decides to go for it all, going deep, and it's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs. Guess who?
Wentz started last week versus Cleveland, who only had competitive spirit on the line. Wentz got picked 3 times, no touchdowns, rating of 31.4.
Wentz, deep shot, underthrown ball, and it's another Carson Wentz interception.
Fans' chance to crack a Heineken weren't answered mid-game and won't be this week either. Washington going with Sam Howell at QB to wrap the year up. Commanders' passing attack is a wideout-driven attack. Jahan Dotson has 3 TDs in his last 4 games.
Heineke looking for the end zone. Touchdown! Dotson!
Terry McLaurin, the lead guy, over 1,000 yards on the year now.
Going deep, he's got him! McLaurin, what a catch at the 5!
Brings up a key one-on-one matchup. Trayvon Diggs, sub-90 rating allowed, still good there. 14 passes defense, that's tied for 6th most.
Lofting it down the sideline, it's Diggs again!
Dallas secondary overall is going to be a tough nut for Washington to crack. They're a top 10 group against quarterbacks.
Slings one over the middle, and it's intercepted. Curse has got it.
Wentz got sacked 3 times by the Browns. Myles Garrett was a problem for their line. Plenty of pass rushers have been a problem for them in 2022.
Here comes Garrett. Here comes Garrett. There's Garrett right on cue with the sack.
Which plays into Dallas's biggest defensive strength. 5 guys with 5+ bags. Micah the leader with 13.
Large pressure right up the middle, and he is sacked. Micah Parsons gets home for his first of the game.
Speaking of pass rushes, Washington's comes in off a 5-sack outing.
Watson gets pounded and then ripped down by Daron Payne.
Commanders have 3 guys with 7+ sacks, and Chase Young is back. But Jonathan Allen left last week's game with a knee injury. Cowboys' line is top 5 in sacks allowed, makes for a beefy battle.
Buying time, firing, open, caught, CeeDee Lamb.
Washington's secondary is also hurting, part of why they were the first team to let Deshaun Watson look like a star QB again. Commanders' defense comes in shaken. They gave up 3 touchdowns to D. Watts, no INTs, a rating over 120.
Opening up Watson to find Amari Cooper, and Cooper sneaks in for the touchdown.
Watson hadn't been tearing it up prior to facing them. That's good news for Dak Prescott because he hasn't been either. He threw a couple INTs versus Tennessee. He's thrown a pick 6 games in a row, and despite having missed games this year, has 14 total now.
Prescott retreats, again protection, and meanwhile another interception.
He did throw 2 touchdowns, 282 yards. Both scores went to Dalton Schultz.
Wide open. Schultz for the touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb, 11 catches, 100 yards, 100+ in 3 straight now, over 1,300 yards on the year.
Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb have as good a chemistry as any quarterback and receiver in the NFL.
Washington could use Benjamin St-Juste back. He's their best corner. He was missing last week. Washington gave up over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns to Amari Cooper. They've given up a 98.1 rating to wide receivers. Not many have been more generous to the position.
Watson looking downfield. He's got Cooper again.
Commanders also need to play better against the run. 7.4 a carry allowed to Nick Chubb last week, 104 yards.
A lot of Nick Chubb early in this game, and a lot of Nick Chubb yards early in this game.
Boys will hit them with Zeke and probably Tony Pollard. He sat out last week. Elliott had a quiet game. Neither run game comes in on a roll. Brian Robinson, 87 yards, 3.6 a carry last week. And for what it's worth, Dallas is allowing 4.3 a carry to backs. You take things from here, complete the preview in the comments section with other relevant tidbits. We complete things by showing these 10 picks.